Sorry, I'm just signing on my other computer just to make sure that you can see everything that I see. Sometimes I get confused with what's happening. Okay. Wait, I'm so confused. Okay, we're just gonna pretend that that's good. All right, so sorry, I'm just trying to look at this and look at you and have life be happening right now. Okay. Can you guys see my like camera? Can someone just say yes? Wait, sorry, can you repeat that? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Thank you. I tried to sign on and that was all messed up. Okay, lovely. So welcome. So I'm just gonna pick two. It doesn't really matter what two I pick. I'm gonna do 25. So once again, if you have this, great. If you're doing it on a separate sheet of paper, great. But it's always nice to do just a quick little few other problems just to make sure we good. Okay, so 25 looks like this. So just as a reminder, when you're doing your quiz tomorrow, you look at a problem. First thing I always check, is it a proportion? This is not, right? Because you just need fraction equals fraction, and we have other term or another fraction there. So it's not a proportion. So my first thing is, okay, I need to find a common denominator, and then I'm going to multiply everything by that. Before I do that, I do need to find, I need to factor my denominators if possible. So in this case, I'm going to factor this. It's x plus 2, x plus 3. And then the other ones, I'll just kind of leave how they are. Okay, delightful. So now that we have that, I'm going to multiply everything by the common denominator. You can write it off to the side. You can do it in your head, whatever works for you. But my common denominator would be x plus 2, x plus 3, because then everything would be represented. So I'm just going to throw that. I just put it with a kind of each term. Just so I don't confuse myself or lose anything. And then we start. What's going to cancel? Cancels, cancels. I'm left with 3. Okay, that was delightful. And in this case, we have a plus. X plus 2 cancels. I am going to have to distribute that x minus 1 into the x plus 3. So that would give me what? X squared plus 3x minus 1x would be plus 2x, and then minus 3. So do that distributing. Equals x plus 3's cancel, and I'm left with 7x plus 14. All right, so now just like things, like checklists of things that you need to do, factor denominators, common denominator, multiply. Once you get here and your fractions are gone, we're feeling pretty good about life. We do see a quadratic though. So we see that x squared. That's your hint that you are going to be factoring. And to factor, we do need to set it equal to 0 and make sure it is in standard form. So I'm going to move this 7x over here. I'm going to move this 14 over here. And then I know I have that 3 to combine with it as well. So as I'm just combining stuff over here, I have the x squared. 2x minus 7x is negative 5x. And then we have 3 minus 3 is 0. Minus 14 is negative 14. Okay, so now we're ready to factor. So the factoring part shouldn't be bad. We have our x's. What would it be? Minus 7 plus 2. So I have two answers, and they are 7 and negative 2. And before you give me a final answer on your exam, you are going to check, does this answer make sense? Or do these answers make sense? Because there's 2 of them. And the answer would be, I know that, well, one of them makes sense, right? 7's good. Doesn't go against any of our restrictions. We're all set. But negative 2 would, right? Because if I plugged in negative 2 plus 2, that would give me a 0 in the denominator. That's against our rules. We call that an extraneous solution. So what I expect to see tomorrow is if that happens, I expect to see that answer, but I want to see that, you checked it and it's not right. So you can put an X through it. You can write extraneous. You can show me that that's really not an answer and that is, but I do expect to see work, just like I always expect to see, but just as a heads up. So number 25 is an example of when an extraneous solution does pop up. If both of them hadn't worked and they were both extraneous, you would then write no solution. So if nothing works, there's no solution that works. So That was number 25. Sorry, because you can awkwardly not see all my work here. There you go. So I'll leave that up for a second. At the current moment, does anyone have any questions? I'll take that as a no. I'm just going to pick one other one. So I'm just kind of looking. Does anyone have a preference? I'll go with a no on that one too. Okay. Let's do, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to do 27, I guess. So remember, 26 was the same as 3, so I'm not going to do that one. Let's do number 27. 27. Okay, let me write it out. So sorry. Actually, I'm going to be lazy. So I'm going to kind of write my fractions. I'm going to write my numerators. Actually, I will write it. I'll be nice. I was going to not write it because I was going to be lazy, but. Okay. I was going to just factor the bottom, but I wanted to show you what the original was. So there we go. So once again, not a proportion, need to find a common denominator. In order to do so, we are going to have to factor. So let's just get our factoring groove on here. So what would that be? Y plus 5, y minus 3. What would this be? Y minus 3, y plus 2. And over here would be y plus 5, y plus 2. Okie dokers. So that's great and dandy. And now I'm going to find the common denominator. So I'm going to be lazy again and not write it off to the side. So I'm just looking. In my common denominator, there would be a y plus 5. There would be a y minus 3. And there would also be a y plus 2. And then once I have that, y minus 3 represented y plus 5. Okay, so everything's represented now. So I like to rewrite it for every problem or every part of the fraction because I don't want to mess myself up. I always tend to try to make shortcuts and then I just make mistakes when I do them. So it's always better for me if I just write it. So let's see, y plus 5's cancel, y minus 3's cancel. I have this 4, which I'm going to distribute into y plus 2, which will give me 4y plus 8. Y minus 3's cancel, y's plus 2 cancels. I'm going to distribute that 5 in, and I get 5y plus 25. Y plus 5 cancels, y plus 2 cancels. I'm going to distribute the 3, and I get 3y minus 9. Oh, so that's looking good. So we don't even have a quadratic. We don't need to worry about factoring. We really just want to kind of combine like terms, get our y's together, and then try to isolate it. Okay. I'll combine like terms on this side. 9y. Sorry, I like messed up my wrist today. I feel like I did this problem before, but we'll just keep going. Oh my God, are you even joking? This is the same thing as 4. I'm like, this problem looks so familiar to me. No wonder. It's the same as 4. Well, I'll finish it, but I'm like, dude, I know I did this problem before. Plus 33 equals 3y minus 9. I guess it never hurts to redo a problem, but I was trying to go through and find all my repeats here, but okay, so there we go. And then we'll subtract 33. 6y is going to equal negative 42. And if I divide both sides, I'd get negative 7. And when I look back, that would not go against any of my restrictions, so I'm good. Ugh, goodness gracious. So sorry, 27 was technically the same as 4, but hey, it didn't hurt us to do it. And then just quickly, I'm not going to do the other ones just because we only have a few minutes left. But just as a quick thing, for 28, the answers were x equals negative 5 and x equals 10. So if you wanted to check them. And then for 29, the last one, the answer was y equals 7. So if you wanted to check those ones or do them later or just like have it as part of your review, now you have the answers to them. So that is that, my friends. So I wanted to at least do 1 or 2 problems, one of which is familiar to us. Give me 1 second here. I know you can see me, but I'm going to